Hey everybody, Jeff here. Alright, so another project I'm doing right now is I am taking corn. What we got? I'm cutting it off of the cob, okay? Then I'm adding a stick of butter. I'm adding 4.5 cups of water, 4 tablespoons of salt, okay? And then we're going to bring that to a boil, and then we will put it away and we'll get everything froze. So anyway, if you're coming on, hey Alexis, how's it going? If you're coming on, say hi. I am basically getting the corn all ready to go. And I got to do 8 cups of corn. Getting the corn all ready to go. And I got to do 8 cups of corn for each. My for each. My Alright everybody, sorry about that. TikTok froze up. I don't know what TikTok's deal was, but anyway, what's going on? That's okay. I'm going to repost the rosary here when it gets done loading up right now. I'm going to do corn now. Like I said, we're going to do some raspberry pies, but right now we're doing some corn. We're not doing raspberry pies tonight. But you take your fresh corn, and what I did was, this corn has not been boiled yet, okay? And we got to add 8 cups of corn to the pot, along with a stick of butter. And then we will boil it, and then we'll get it all packaged to put in the freezer for winter time, okay? So basically, we just cut down, okay? I use a serrated knife. I'm not sure what that was, but okay. It's Friday night, and I'm cutting corn still. So you guys see, I have a dedication to corn. Nobody can ever get mad at my dedication to corn. It's kind of funny, actually. I have family that does this, and they get all their family together. Me and my dad used to do this together, but since he's in the nursing home right now, I did it with Father Wheeler earlier. He came over. This is his actually sister's recipe, but I kind of added my family recipe onto it a little bit too, my mom's, so that it tastes good going down. I don't like it too sweet. Corn's one of those things, it's like a hit or miss. I don't know. If you're coming on, tell me where you're from, tell me who you are. Oh, and of course I'm going to have to run the vacuum because I'm dumb enough to get corn everywhere. That's what happens when you deal with kernels. So, anyway, I kind of get the cobs in there. And what I'm trying to do is we are putting together 8 cups. So 2, 4 cups. This one here equals cup, or 4 cups. Okay, all together here, this should be 8 cups. Hello, hey Bianca, how you doing, sweetie? Alexis, how you doing? Rosie, how you doing? How you guys all doing? I had to let this corn stop raw because I did, when I shucked it the other day, I did put it in the freezer because I didn't want any to go bad. And you guys saw how much corn I had. Had about 1,500 ears. Altogether, we got about 20. You know, after giving it away and giving it to friends, family, and neighbors, it was about 2,500. A lot of my corn had 3 ears on it this year, which is actually really good, believe it or not, to have 3 ears on each one of your stalks. And it's sweet. It's definitely, this is called peaches and cream sweet corn. So this is the good stuff. But what we're doing right now is we're actually getting it ready for the winter time so that we can get it all froze. But before you do that, you want to get it so you can store it. And when you store it, it's also so when you pull it out, it'll taste really good. So, and we try not to waste too much, but fortunately, I'm not the greatest at getting the corn off the cob. I need to invent a machine. That guy was still alive that did the Ronco guy. Bet you he would invent a machine to take kernels right off the... And it's not the hard stuff, which means this is the soft stuff. I'm sure they have something out there. I just haven't found it or didn't look because I really don't care. Don't tell nobody. I just kind of joke around. I'm pretty good at doing it this way. That's how we do it. Tell me where you're from, tell me who you are, and let's talk. I don't get much into politics, so don't bring up that. And yes, I love my religion, and yes, but I also have friends in about, believe it or not, there's 10,000 religions out there. And I would say that probably I got friends from 150 different religions right now. So I never judge anybody by their religion. Because everybody believes, and as long as you got faith and belief. Of course, then everybody's like, oh, you can't be. No, not now. You're just kind of going evil with stuff, and that's not what I was ever taught. So, all right, look at that. We're getting up there. That's almost 4 cups right there. But, like I said, we've got 2 more bags. May have to adjust my recipe a little bit. All right, get these out. Tell me that don't look like a nice bag of corn. Yummy. It does, it looks good. I'm not gonna joke with you, this is good corn. So I wish I had a flash freezer. That one of those would be awesome. I'm not selling anything, I'm just talking to people live online. That way we can just talk, and if you guys want to come on here and chit chat, if you know how to do that, do it. I don't mind. I'll talk with you. I'll talk with a bunch of people. I usually have Lola and a couple other people that always find me. They're friends of mine. They're awesome. Oh. It doesn't seem right. Okay. You work with corn so much, you start feeling the consistency of things within that corn. So that should be, there's 4 cups. So we're going to take this, put it in this pan. That's 4 cups. I got to add 4 more, or I got to add 4 more cups. So it doesn't take very long. This one. Taking a few out of each one of these bags here. Just getting ready for winter and chatting with you guys. So, okay. The only part about freezing the stuff first is it crystallizes. That the water inside each kernel crystallizes, and I do worry about that. I don't know I have not read how to handle that part, but I just usually adjust my recipe a little bit. Hopefully that by adjusting the recipe, it'll still be nice and firm. And I need to get a new knife sharpener. Yes, I still use the one on back of the can opener. Hey, you can laugh at me all you want to, it works, right? I got a guy up the street over on Cook's Line that sharpens knives, so I probably should take my knives over to be sharpened. I don't want to say that too loud on here because I have a feeling you're not allowed to talk like that on, which, remember the Jansen knives, they gave it a Japanese name to sound stronger, but it's an American company. Remember those knives were awesome. Wonder if I could pull out a tomato and then slice the tomato and have it slices, it dices. Don't you guys remember that? Kind of think growing up as kids after the Saturday morning cartoons, what they don't show everybody. You know, there's all these things showing, talking about the 80s kids. You know what they don't show? What came on after the cartoons was infomercials. Especially if you only had like 7, 10, and 3 the channels. What's else? You know what else didn't came on? Or like golf. Seriously. I love people who love golf. That's fine. I get it. But it is the most boring sport. Okay? I mean, it's... I would put then... And I can go and watch a match just fine. That's fine. I don't mind watching. But on TV, you know, tennis... I like tennis and everything, but I'd rather be there watching it. And as a kid, some of that stuff's kind of hard to follow because you just got done watching cartoons that are like action-packed and based, and He-Man and Transformers and Voltron and G.I. Joe, and then all of a sudden Ronco and the food dehydrator comes on. You're like, yeah, time to go outside and play. We wanted to go outside and play because we did not want to sit inside and watch infomercials. Or the scams that were going on trying to make you be rich. Those guys went to jail though. I think those people are still in jail. But they bought TV time and everything else to try to scam people. And they did it with kids, even though kids couldn't buy anything. Everybody's funny. Like you can remember like the commercials and stuff in the 80s. Hey, Mom. So we were lucky as kids. There's a lot of good things, but there was also a lot of weird things in the 80s. You're like, really, people? That's when like most of the scams are going on. Now we have the scams online and stuff like that, which you got to be very, very careful of. I put a thing out there the other day because people were pretending to be me. I'm like, dude, I'm not in the military anymore. And I'm not asking anybody for money. I just talk to people. Make sure you guys are okay. And when they sit there and say they can't video chat with you, really? They act like they're on a top secret mission and they can't because they're on a base somewhere in the world that no one's allowed to. It's like, dude, there's no such thing. Nowhere is there a such thing where somebody in the military cannot talk to video chat with somebody on any base the United States has. We don't have any bases that you cannot video chat somebody from. Seriously, that right there should be the biggest giveaway when they don't talk to you. When they want everything from you, but they won't let you. I think the person that we were talking to the other day, they were pretending, they also said that they were from Kentucky. In other words, they're pretending to be me, using my picture. Then they said the reason why they had an accent was because they were from Kentucky. I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm not from Kentucky. I may have an accent to some people because I'm from Illinois. 5 hours from Chicago, 2.5, 3 hours from St. Louis, Missouri, 3.5 hours from Iowa City, Iowa, because I border Iowa and Missouri. But I promise you, I've never done anything top secret. I'm not that special. And I also don't mind video chatting. As you can see, I'm a live person. You guys are watching me live right now. And if somebody tries to send this out later saying, see, no, then video chat with me. Video chat with me right now. There you go. Because scammers, they're pretending to be several different people. They're using all different personalities and personas. They steal your pictures and stuff. So, all right, everybody, this is 8 cups. Yeah, this is 8 cups of corn. Now, what I'm going to do now is we're going to put in a stick of butter. Got to clean that off because I'm going to add everything as we're going. I'm going to add 4.5 cups of water. I'm going to add a cup of sugar. In a second, let me add the water. I'm right here. I'm just getting the water. Let's see here. All right, that's 3.5 cups of water. Sorry, 3.5, not 4.5. All right, now we're going to add a cup of sugar. Give me a moment. Okay. I don't have to get everything out today because it's all just right here. I shouldn't add as much. I don't know if I like the recipe with that much sugar in it or not. But it's 1 cup of sugar. I'm going to hold back a little bit on the sugar. I can always add more later if I want it, but I'm going to hold back a little bit on the sugar. Because the last batch I did was a little oversweet. Still good, just a little oversweet. And then I need salt. 3 tablespoons. Okay, let's see here. 1, 2, 3. I'm only adding 3 tablespoons. Okay. And now we're going to add, it says a stick of butter, but we're going to put in country crock. So I'm gonna add in the country crock, but I gotta do it the correct way. Biscuits. So, okay. Sorry, I need my spatula. I'm sorry, I cleaned stuff earlier and then I forgot to get stuff back out that I was gonna need. So, there we are. Let's see here if I can get this right. There. Okay. And then we're going to put it on the stove, and then we're going to wait for it to boil. Once it boils, then you leave it on the boil for 10 minutes. It has to boil for 10 minutes, okay? If I knew the Amish way of doing this, I'd probably do it that way, but I don't. I'm not that smart. Amisher. Oh, the food's so good. If you've ever had Amish food, give me a heart on there, because that, if you gotta admit, if you've ever been anywhere with Amish or Mennonite, their food is so good. I got several recipes I use with them. Okay, so we're going to put the butter in now. Yep, I'm putting in a lot of butter. You just laugh at me later, but it is what it is. Alright. Alright, let me grab this guy, clean the bottom off because I got some corn on the bottom. Okay. Now, I am going to now put this on the stove. Okay. And we're going to wait for that to cool down, or not cool down, but... And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, while that's burning up the storm, I'm going to cut the rest of this corn here and talk to you guys while we talk. That way I can, each batch I do a little bit different. And that way when I pull it out of the fridge, a lot of this will be used at Thanksgiving time. Some of it will be used at Christmas. But right now I'm getting it in baggies and stuff, and I'll also have my corn for my friends and stuff that I still have, that I haven't got it yet. This is just from the indoor freezer. I haven't even gotten to the next part yet. I mean, there's just, I have a lot. And then I'll give some, like, I gave some already, but I'll give some more to several, like, food pantries and stuff and churches that ask for it. But I'll give it to them in a different, because like I said, they have to be able to store it, and you don't want to give them something that will go bad because they're perishable, so you got to be careful with that too. And I'll do the same with like the cucumbers that are ready in my garden. Go back and look, I got my cucumbers ready. I'm so excited. They're so big. Even I'm impressed on how big my cucumbers are this year. And I wasn't even going to plant cucumbers, but I had a couple seeds that went crazy on me. And I was like, all right, I'll just let them grow. And it's probably going to be one of my best cucumber crops I've ever had. So, anyway, get that done. All right. It's funny, is these small ones, everybody's like, why do I save these small ones? These have some of the sweetest corn on them, but people never save them because they're like, oh, it's so small. Well, you're right, they're small, but if you got a lot of them, then you can do something with it. Then it makes sense to use that small corn. So I save everything. Yes, I admit I gave some of my corn. I took a bucket over to the buffalo. I admit it, I gave my buffalo corn. The buffalo we have over at the Illinois Veterans Home. Lola! How you doing, Lola? Hola, mi amiga. That's Lola, everybody. She's a sweetheart. She wants to steal my corn from me. It's not going to happen. Yeah, Lola, right now we're just getting ready for freezing to get the corn for the rest of the year frozen. So even though I put stuff in the freezers, it wasn't ready yet. I had to get it boiled. I had to get boiled up, make sure that there was no like anything on or anything else like that. So you freeze it. I wish I had a flash freezer. God, those things would be awesome. I could have, I guess, when I had my buildings and the places that I owned. I didn't have room. That's the problem. Everywhere I get, I always run out of room. Well, but it happens. Okay. I'm gonna have to stir this behind me in a second to make sure it doesn't burn on the bottom. You always want to stir too, even if it hasn't boiled yet, because you don't want it to burn on the bottom. So let me see here. All right, there we are. Because you don't want the corn to burn. That would be bad. Burning, bad. I'll put the lid on. And we'll go back to talking. I need to put this in something. Okay, we'll put it in here while we're waiting. Yeah, I save all my containers. I save anything that has a lid. Yeah, you got to, you know? I save anything that's got a lid. And then I'll put it in bags. Like after it boils and everything else, I use a ladle to get it all out. But I can only do so much at a time. And I still have that corn there to do. And this isn't even half of it. This isn't even hardly any. I'll get probably 2 big bags out of all this. Which works. So, whatever works, right? Alright, just a couple more of these little ones here. I wanted to finish this before the night was out. Today's August 1st, in case you didn't hear what I said before. And it is 10:18 my time. 22:18 for all you military buffs out there. And yes, I am cutting corn on a Friday night. It's finally Friday. The weekend's here. It don't matter to me what the weekend or not. There we are. Let's get this done for people. And then, like I said, I tried to get it to families that need it also. I know there's families out there that are hurting and everything else. It's good. It feels really good when you grow it yourself and you're able to give it to people, especially people that could really use it. It makes you feel really good. And they don't know where it's coming from because, other people give too, and those people are awesome that give back to others and everything else. And that's just commendable. So, but when you grow it from start to finish and you're like, hey, I did all this from a little bitty seed. Alright, I gotta keep stirring that. Hold on. I don't want it to burn. Okay. Okay. Back to the chopping board. Okay. Back to the chopping board. Good evening. Hey, Lynn, how's it going? Happy belated. Back to the chopping board. Good evening. Hey, Lynn, how's it going? Happy belated. Sorry about that, everybody. I don't know what happened. Lynn, I hope you had a good birthday, sweetheart. Did you guys do anything fun for your birthday? All I'm doing is getting corn ready to freeze. Alright. Tell Owen I'm just getting the corn boiled, buttered, and then put away. Problem is, this is the type of corn you could sit there, sit back, and just keep eating and eating and eating. It's good stuff. So, everybody wish my cousin Lynn a happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lynn Jansen. Happy birthday to you. 20 29 again, my butt. Don't even go there. Girl. 21. 29. Yeah, okay. Yeah, and I could pass for a 25. Yeah, you're funny, Lynn. Lynn's funny, everybody. Everybody give it up for Lynn and her practical jokes. She's trying to be a Golden Girl. I think she's trying to be Blanche. Lynn, are you trying to be Blanche off Golden Girls? Nobody knows her age. Nobody knows nothing about her. Okay. That's okay. Lynn's awesome. She's a good kid. We love her anyway. Well, Sophia, she was the youngest out of all of them off Golden Girls. Sophia was the youngest out of all of them, yet she was the grandma. She was, but she was actually the youngest. I don't know if you knew that or not, but yeah, you can look it up. Go ahead and look it up, and you'll see that Sophia, off the Golden Girls, the actor, she was the youngest out of all of them. Makes you think how long it took them to do her makeup and stuff. When I found that out, that was interesting too. I don't know if you knew that or not. Let's see here. Yeah, we were all young when they were that old. Like, that was when we were teenage. I don't know. That was a long time ago, though. Because B. Arthur, she used to be a Marine. She was a Marine. She was part of Motor T. I didn't know that until after that, until when I was in the Marine Corps. Just like Drew Carey was a Marine. Yeah, Drew Carey's had some drama in his life, too. I used to like the Drew Carey show, but they got rid of it. It got stupider and stupider, though, so it was about time for it to be done anyway. I liked it, though, but it was getting a little out there. They were playing with their creative artwork a little too much. Sorry, I don't want to slice off my finger. That's why I'm not looking up at the phone every 5. Alright, until I get one done. Jeez. Yes, I did, actually. I actually knew that. Yep. She was, they made a movie about it, but actually, if you go and look at it, it wasn't that she was a spy and she used her cooking network, but technically it was more, she wasn't like a field person. She was more of a bookwork person that worked in that industry, which was really neat. And the whole point was her husband at the time. You'd have to look it up. It's an interesting story. Julia Childs was awesome. She was fun, though. I mean, 6-foot white British woman. It's like, okay, be whoever you want to be. Let's see. Yeah, I did. I read about her. I knew about her a long time ago. There was a book, one of our books that we read. Just something that we happened to have read. I don't know if I'm going to get all this. Because I've been running out of containers for corn. But I did promise to get Dad up corn. I got to make it taste a certain way. Ugh. It's fun having corn everywhere. I got corn everywhere. It's like sand, man. It's my inner Sandman. Alright, I need another container. La Gondola. Using a La Gondola. Best storage containers ever. La Gondola spaghetti. Only if you're from Quincy do you understand. I know I got other containers, I just don't know where they're all at. Alright, I've run out of containers to put my stuff in. No, I didn't. I know I got more I got containers everywhere. I guess we're gonna go to butter dishes now. And we're gonna go to the Cool Whip dishes. And I gotta stir more. Get over here and stir this so it don't burn on the bottom. Beans don't burn in the kitchen, beans don't burn on the grill. I can't sing the song because it is a great big thrill. Hally ho, me and daddy. Okay, I don't know the song. I don't know the song. No laughing at me. Hi, Midas Grande. How are you doing, my friend? How are you doing, sweetheart? Who am I like? Fred Locke, how are you? Hello, hello, hello. We're just doing corn right now, getting it ready to boil up, put a little sugar, put a little butter in with it, and get it frozen. So I got the one behind me now. I'm trying to find areas to put the corn while I'm waiting to get it into the cooker. Oh, I got more cookers. I just don't want to dirty a bunch of them. I only got a little bit more, so I've been doing this all day. That's all right. I don't know. I guess Lynn disappeared. It's all right. I should. I adjust several of my recipes with pepper sometimes. I don't know if you guys ever had pepper with your corn. Also, I use like for salsa and stuff like that. I put corn in my salsa sometimes. It's really good. I like corn on my salad, like cold corn, you know. I like it on my salad. I like a good salad. I love meat, but I like a good salad. I don't eat much meat even though I love it, I just don't. It's usually if it's not in my garden, I'm not eating it. And the rabbits don't count because they're my friends. Until they eat my roses. That's when I get mad at my rabbits, is when they eat my roses. That's when everybody starts laughing at me, like, we told you the rabbits were going to do it. I'm like, I know, squirrels do it too. Squirrels eat my sunflowers. Squirrels usually eat my corn, but the corn went down fast this year because of the weather. So I had to, well, this corn right here, I had to swoop in and get it up quick. So nothing bad happened to it because it went down in a couple of thunderstorms. So. Okay. There. And then I may take those well, I may take them over to the buffalo. I don't know. They like the corn, but I mean that's kind of cheating. You know, you take the meat off and you just give them the. I don't like doing that because, like I said, I like giving them the full corn. Tried taking them bananas once. I noticed that the store's gonna throw away their bananas because the bananas were bad, and I asked if I could have them for the buffalo, and they literally would not eat it unless I peeled it for them. Bison, yeah, bison. I'm like, are you kidding me? Why? When does a buffalo rely on a human to peel a banana for it? I thought it was funny. I did it though. I peeled it for him. I looked at him like, bet you the Indians, the Native Americans never peeled your corn for you. I shouldn't say that, but it's true. Bison are known with the Native Americans. But we have what's called George and Gracie here in town. And you guys can go on my page and go look them up. I have videos of me with them. I get over there a couple times a week to visit them. Since the apple season's being apples being ready to be picked here in August, I'll go and I will get a lot of apples for them, and I'll take apples for the next 2 months, 3 months if I can. And they're really happy with that. They know when I'm coming for that. They know me for that. I'm like, okay. Yeah, the buffalo are kind of spoiled. American bison. My buddy Tony will get on Facebook, whatever, and try to say, no, Jeff, those are buffalo and bison. Same thing. Same thing. Troosh. Yeah, Illinois, we are part of the, we're central, Midwest, central. I think I argued about where my location was with several people in the Marine Corps because we can't be wrong, and I think I kept saying that. but we're actually Midwest. We have like the Midwest conferences and stuff like that. Western Big Six, which we always have every year. Okay, my things are getting really, did only get 4 more. Oh, stir that some more, hold on. So don't burn on the bottom. There we are. Well, once it boils, then 10 minutes in, I put it in the bags and we're off to the races on the next full set. It's not that hard, especially if you do it with family and friends. It's really fun. It's like I said, it's not really a hard thing to cut corn. Just time consuming. And what do I do on a Friday night? I cut some corn. There you go. There we are. Okay, a couple more pieces. This isn't quite 8 cups. These are the small pieces I told you about. So let me put it. I got a vacuum, barefoot and stepping on it. Oh, my mom would kill me right now if I was younger, because I gotta get all this off the floor. That's why I vacuum, and I'll use a. There we go. That corn's ready. Okay, I just got 3 pieces left that are small. And then that other should be boiling here pretty soon. And what I'll probably do is take some pictures for you so you guys can all see it. Alright. This will help me with my space issues in the freezer. You ever wonder how much corn you can eat compared to eating it off the cob? Yeah, you eat a lot more if it's not on the cob, but I love the cob better. I'm a cob person. There we go. That's it. That's all she wrote on that. Then we'll get this over here boiling so that we can have to get all that sharpened. Alright, yeah. Another cup. There we go. I can adjust my recipe where I can put more in if I need to. It's just the recipe I'm using right now. Alright. So, that being said, what I'm gonna do, something fun actually. That's a stick of butter left in there. Yes, it is. And then I need 4 things. So I'm gonna use this one first. I need 8 cups. Okay, there's 4. Yes, I'm dumping it in the butter. Why? Because it's equal amount. 4. Okay. There. So that's ready to go. I'll get the sugar and everything on it. Add a little bit. So I'm gonna add a little bit more butter too. I never said I was the smartest person. Alright, so I'm gonna get the sugar ready and the water. Three and a half cups of water, which I'm adding to this here. While we're waiting, we're gonna put things in things that normally wouldn't have things, but that's just me. And then we need sugar. And And then while the next one boils is when I'll clean up everything, get everything all ready, everything all fixed. But I want the sugar and everything to be ready to go. Okay. Just add 1 cup of sugar, that's it. And then add your salt. Alright. Grab the salt. Salt. Did I? No, I'm good. I did not do like I thought I did. That'd be bad. Alright, so 4 things of salt. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And for this batch, I'm adding just a little bit of pepper. There's a reason for it. This will be a separate batch than the rest, so I am adding a little bit of pepper to this one. Okay? I know you guys are all looking at me like I'm crazy, but it actually tastes really good. Alright, so now this is boiling now, so then we'll set it for 10 minutes. Alright, we'll make sure it's not touching the bottom. Alright, well, you guys want to see it, I can show you here. Alright, I put the top on there. Hold on, I got my top. Alright, so let me show you what we got going on here. Okay, give me a second. Alright, so in case you're wondering, this is what it looks like right now. I got this on top of it. This will prevent it from boiling over, okay? So that's going to prevent it from boiling over, in case you were wondering what I'm doing. And then my mess over here. Me and my mess. So I'll reuse those bags. Let's get everything over here ready to go. So this here and this here is all pretty much ready, except I do need a little bit more butter. And I'm gonna have to make it big time. Okay, so country crock. Now, the reason why I need some more butter is you're supposed to use a stick, but I actually adjusted because I've got a little bit more corn than what I was going to do, which is a good thing, but it just means I need to add some more butter. So butter's a good thing, I guess. Unless you can't have butter, and then I will make it for you a little bit differently. There we are. There we go. I'm going to put this nice little flower on top of there like that. Look at that beautiful flower. I know my phone went that way. Sorry, everybody. Okay. Okay. Because I'm making a mess. That's all right. Okay. So, butter's all ready to go. Water, flour, salt. Salt's good. Okay, all that's good right now. I don't think that's gonna fit in there like that. Yeah, that won't work. Not what I'm trying to do. I'm sorry, I'm just playing around. I'm just kind of getting some ideas right now while I'm waiting on this other stuff. Because I think I'm gonna add those 2 in there also, which that may or may not work, so. Right. I know I'm weird, right? How you doing? Hey, Dave. Hey, Riley. Try this again. How you doing? Okay. So this is the corn that we're going to put in. This is the 4.5 cups of water, 1 cup of sugar, 4 tablespoons of salt. Okay? And as it's boiling, make sure it doesn't get stuck on the bottom. Okay. And then in order to cool it down, actually I did not do this earlier because I wasn't expecting to do another one, but we will. I do have a method. Ooh, actually I got 2 methods. I got an idea. Sorry, I'm excited because I got me an idea. One idea. I don't think it'll all fit in there, but this one will fit in there. So this is so it can cool down once it comes off the boiler. Okay. It's not gonna fit in there. I used to have another big bowl, but I don't know where I put it. And that bowl's too small. Maybe. We'll try it. I doubt it. I don't think it's gonna fit what I want it to do. Because I'm gonna try to, there we go. Okay, and then let me get the butter out. When you use a tub of butter, use the whole tub. Well, when you know how much is in there, you kind of got you can do a count, and it's not too hard if you do this a lot. And the reason why grandparents always go over everything with their so their kids learn it instead, but they actually can. You ever see moms and learn it instead, but they actually can. You ever see moms and stuff? You exact. Yeah, my mom could do that really. You ever see moms and stuff? You exact. Yeah, my mom could do that really dramatically. I don't know why they do that, but they do. Okay, so now I'm going to take my, may add a little bit more, depending on how much. I'm going to take my, may add a little bit more, depending on how much more corn I can get in there. And all the sugar went to the bottom. Because remember, we're storing it. That's why we put the different things in, because it'll be in the freezer. So once it's in the freezer, it's got 4 minutes. Alright. So we're going to do this. I'm going to do my own little game with this here. We're going to say it's got enough of everything already, and stir that around. We're going to put this extra corn in here because it's going to go into that. There we go. Okay. And this will be boiled, so don't think anything. It just doesn't look right now because it's not in the boiling process yet. Making sure nothing's sticking on the bottom. Okay, so that one's ready to go. I am going to put a spoon in and I'm going to sample this. Always test your stuff. That's a big one for this, because you don't want it to come November and all of a sudden try it and you're like, what the heck did I just create? Okay. So everybody keep your fingers crossed. We're hoping it's good. Keep your fingers crossed, everybody. Here we go. Oh man, it's hot. Perfect. Did it right that time. All right. 2 minutes. All right. I can make it a little bit better. I'm going to I hate to do it like that, but I'm going to. Since it's now boiling, it needs a little more sugar. I didn't add enough to that one. I had more salt than I did last time. Even though it was perfect, tasted great. I know how my family likes things. So if I don't do that, I won't hear the end of it. Okay. There we are. So anybody that says that now when we start canning and stuff, like the cucumbers will make pickles and stuff, I'll do pickles live on here too. I'll do sweet and sour, or sorry, bread and butter pickles. I don't know if you guys ever know what those are, but I'll be making bread and butter pickles. I'll be making some sweet dills, and I'll be making some kosher dills. should work out okay, I think. So, that being said, I'm up here so you guys can talk to me now. Hey, Sherry. Prayed for your husband, sweetheart. Made sure he got out of the hospital, okay? Hey, Rich, what's going on? How you guys doing? All right. Okay. So that one's almost ready, and then I got a mess to clean up today. I don't know why I did it like this, because I try to avoid messes at all costs, but this time I did not. So I'm not avoiding a mess. I'm right here. I'm just kind of trying to clean up my mess a little bit. All right, everybody. That being said, I'm gonna dump this out. I'll let you guys watch me dump this out over here. Okay. I got 24 seconds. So, oh, I put the sugar right in front of there. Whoops. All right, so we're gonna dump this one in there. When that beeper goes off, I'm gonna let it cool down, and then I'll put it in baggies, and then I will get it in the freezer. And that'll fit in 2 baggies. There you go. Here we go, everybody. Look at that. Yep. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to dump this one in there. I know. Okay, let's put this down real quick. I don't want to melt anything. So I'm going to use this spoon again. And we're going to take this and we're going to put this in here. Because this is... Alright. Get that in there. Alright. Yep, you just gotta do things a weird way sometimes in order to make it fit. Of course, my mom would not approve of it this way, but I wish I could have learned a lot more from her before she passed on. Because I seem to be the one that likes to cook out of the family. Everybody wanted to keep my mom's recipes, but I'm the one that should have had them. Alright, so we're going to get this to a boil. Okay. So let's get this over there. This may turn out weird. But never know until we get it started. Alright, here we go. Let's get that boiling. Alright, so if you guys want to see this, I'll show it to you. Now, look at that. That's good looking corn. That right there is like gold. Gold, I tell you. Gold. I never said that was normal. Alright, I got that. Alright, let me show. Okay. Alright, everybody. Thanks. I'm going to go ahead and get off here for now. Each and every one of you matters. Each and every one is important. Alright, and that's just doing the corn. Remember, all it is 8 cups of corn off the cob. Okay. Followed by 4.5 cups of water. Then a stick of butter. 3.5, 4 tablespoons of salt. 1 cup of sugar. Okay, put it in there, let it come to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, set your timer for 10 minutes, let it boil for 10 minutes, stir the bottom, make sure it doesn't, stick on the bottom. And then take it out, and then put it in, I'm going to put it in baggies. So I'm putting it in baggies. So, and then put it in the freezer, and you're good to go. Make sure to sample it to make sure it tastes okay though, folks, okay? So, anyway, I hope you all have a great evening. Hey, Rebecca, how are you doing, sweetheart? How's it going? And I will talk with everybody soon. God bless everybody.